Hey, it's Soul, and this is a World of Warcraft video in case you want to avert your eyes and quickly downvote or leave your cut and paste comment and run away. That's totally fine. But today I wanted to talk about the World of Warcraft, obviously, in light of everything that's going on inside Blizzard Entertainment. And I want to I'm off script, so I probably need to choose my words carefully. Of course, I do support everything that's going on in there. There's a lot of forward progression, I think, that's going, at least internally, with regards to wanting to improve the company from the inside out. Line level folks, middle management, upper management, so they're all kind of railing against the executive leadership and demanding change, and that's great. But again, let's bring it back to the World of Warcraft. Because I wanted to talk a little bit about what can happen in the meantime. There was a tweet from developer Jeff Hamilton. I don't have it available here on screen to pull up, but a lot of folks have referred to it and have concluded that work on World of Warcraft has effectively stopped as of right now. This is going to play out for quite some time. It could be months or years or something like that until all these changes are done. And so I can't help but think, well, World of Warcraft isn't just going to stop. It's not going to suspend itself. It's not going to literally stop development, and people that are clocking in or those who are maybe going back to the office, they're not just sitting on there. But of course, I do support everything that's going on inside. This is just kind of me meandering my thoughts, and I'm here with chat. You could see the stream stuff over there in the corner. This is just me talking about the Ripcord, and just kind of listing off a number of things that the WoW team can do. Not now. I'm not saying, hey, whoosh, get to work, suckers, so we the players can be happy. No. I consider ourselves definitely secondary to this, and I want them to be happy where they work, obviously. But I do, but I am thinking, a number of weeks or whatever down the line. I think there are things that Blizzard can set up or do in anticipation of there being a long content delay. What are small things that Blizzard can do to kind of appease folks or to give the game a little bit more while people wait, something like that. Maybe I'm totally coming off wrong with the way that I'm characterizing this. But yeah, the word that comes to mind is the Ripcord. What are things that WoW that the Blizzard team can just be screw it, let's just go ahead and let these things happen, and let's just get to the list, okay? I'll bookmark this, okay? I'll bookmark this in the navigation bar so that way people can skip the dumb stuff. Again, I'm not asking for people at Blizzard to get back to work and get back to full production because we want our content. These are tweaks, and by tweaks I'm talking about, hey, can we get a moss skip already? So it's that level of stuff that I'm looking for, not new content, but like the improvements to what's going on right now, gripes that people have that can potentially be resolved in the meantime. That normally the Blizzard team might be we would love to get to that quality of life stuff. We'll get to that in a later patch or something, in the 9.3 or whatever, when the game is finally complete. That's a common complaint. Why not do some of this stuff now, right? Moss skip, that'd be great. I would love to see a okay, my list isn't that great. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head, sorry. How about a Covenant campaign skip? A lot of folks have been talking about that. If we had completed the Necrolord campaign, and I've done it numerous times, if we completed the Necrolord campaign one time to get the soul binds and all the other stuff, I don't think I need to do it again on many of my alts, which also happen to be Necrolord, because I like making poor decisions, but these are my decisions. Don't hate me for it. But yeah, I feel like kind of following along with Blizzard's mindset and our mindset of, hey, if we did like this crazy work once, I don't think we need to do it again. You know, there's a line, and I think this crosses it. Covenant campaign, just let us do it one and done, and give us the option to skip. People have talked about removing the anima cap, which I agree with. The cap, I believe, is 35,000, and sometimes it's really hard for me to not hit that. I think I over-exaggerated in some other video where I said, oh yeah, I'm getting like 3,000 or 4,000 a day or something like that. I definitely, today's Tuesday, and I'm definitely going to get 3,000 or 4,000 today because, you know, between LFR and the raids and doing the weekly content and stuff. So I'm going to get like a really big chunk. But then after that, it's going to be like, you know, closer to like 2,000 or so between Korthia and dailies, maybe maybe some world quests and other such things. But being able to lift that cap would be helpful, but also I would love to see things that we can spend our anima on, like a dump. But I think that's beyond the scope of what I'm asking for in this video. I'm looking for, like, you know, quick things that are almost like hot fixable. You know, small things that can kind of keep players like a little placated in the meantime. I said pull the ripcord, so I can't not say covenant swapping. Just let it happen. Screw it. Just let us be able to go to the enclave and just switch as we need to. Done. That's it. You know, just lift that. Scrub the two weekly things that people need to do. Pathfinder. There's one Pathfinder left. That's for Battle for Azeroth. Screw it. Just take that out too. I think that would affect things in an odd way, though, because it's going to let new players get access to flying while they're leveling too. So that might be awkward. And so that might be outside of the scope of what we're asking for, because there could be consequences to that. But I think, if anything, I don't know, maybe there can be some other mechanism that like lowers the requirements for BFA Pathfinder. You know, let those players get a taste of flight, like sooner than normal. But I don't know. That's just kind of that was just kind of a random thought there. Here's one that I've been championing lately. So legacy loot. Let's kind of reform that a little bit. And I want to start with when you're in legacy loot mode. So if I'm in Ulduar, rings, trinkets, and necks no longer drop. They're just removed from the loot table. But you could still, you know, you'll still get the full allotment of items. You just won't see those items anymore. So that way we get a chance to get more stuff that actually means something. So Legion relics, that's going to go away. You know, and other like useless, basically useless items that have no place in legacy loot mode. So I'd love to see something like that. I'd love to take it a lot further. You know, lifting transmog restrictions, and hell, I'll just say that. Okay, fine. You know, let's just make that an idea. How about lifting some of these transmog restrictions while in legacy loot mode, and just let people collect stuff. Just let them collect stuff. You know what? Let's take it a step further. In legacy loot mode, let's just remove the lockouts. Maybe we can trade that off, and instead of loosening the transmog restrictions, just get rid of the lockouts. Forget it. It's legacy loot mode. People are just farming for colors and completing their fancy little sets and stuff. Just go ahead and screw it. I'm gonna get a lot of crap for that one, but I think it's at a point where the game is so big too. So, I mean, at least hear me out on this one. The game is so big that there's a lot that we would be doing anyway in order to complete these sets. This just gives us a chance to basically farm it out. I know that a lot of people would think to themselves, oh, well, I had to like deal with weekly lockouts and blah, blah, blah. But you're still putting in the same work. right? People are still putting in the same work in order to get these sets. It's just not spaced out the way it used to. You see what I mean? So that's kind of my take on it. I don't know if people are really up for it. Let's have time walking events. Let's have a lot of these weekly events just be like kind of perpetual, either permanently or for a while. So like time walking, if you guys remember, last year when the pandemic was really like rolling in, Blizzard did a series of different events to placate folks and to help people feel okay about being logged on. And that was actually that actually felt like a really good time for WoW. Because people were just like logging on and doing stuff and leveling. So things like, let's have a double XP week, something like that. Let's have a welcome back week and invite people in. Let's have a fat sale on Shadowlands and services too. Let's have a discount on services. There's probably something hard coded that won't allow the subscription price to ever go down, at least here in the United States. But service discounts, that'd be great. More additional discounts on cosmetics, mounts, and all that stuff too. That'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, I was saying time walking. Let's just have like time walking just kind of keep rolling through, one week after another, in an effort to almost kind of overwhelm folks with optional things to do. Hey, cool, I can get some more time war badges so I can complete like this and this and this and this set. And I think this is a long time coming with as like Legion time walking is probably going to come sometime in this expansion. Maybe it's going to get pushed off for a later patch or something like that. And we would expect it for like 715 along with things like the Brawlers Guild. But back to time walking, it takes so long for a full rotation to go that you might as well make that a little bit shorter for the sake of people to, keep getting gear and have just more stuff to do. Same thing would go for the Torghast Brawls or the events, the 3 rotating events. Like right now there's, it takes I think like a month for it to go through just one. Let's have more. Let's do it 2 weeks. Maybe every week is a bit much because that would just trivialize Torghast. But how about every other week? I don't think that's a huge ask. And at least between these things that I had written down that I initially wrote down, Covenant, just pulling the Ripcord on Covenant swapping, anima caps, just more stuff to do, getting more currencies. I think these alone would do a lot. I didn't want to make it seem like that. I didn't want to make it seem like, oh, hey, Blizzard's going to be going through some stuff. Let's make the players happy in the meantime. It's easy for it to come off that way, and maybe I misworded. I had a word flub, but I'm trying to frame this as, stuff is going to take a while. Let's see if the Blizzard team can take the time to, instead of working on straight content stuff, to focus on quality of life improvements that typically come towards the end of an expansion. Another obvious one that I had to go through a thread really quick to point out, conduit energy. Just scrub it, just get rid of it, whatever. It'll give one less thing to bitch about in the meantime. We talked a little bit about old content, but also let's make the old content more soloable. Now I know that scaling is a sensitive thing and that sometimes it can be hard to like map that out, but in the context of what we're trying to accomplish here, just put an aura, when you're in BFA zones, Legion zones, or Legion raid content or whatever. Just give us like a nice beefy HP or HP or damage boost probably. And I think that'll do it for most things. So like just basically make it a little bit easier to solo Legion content and BFA content as well. And On the subject of legacy loot, let's, it would be premature, but let's just add legacy loot mode to Battle for Azeroth content. I don't think that's a huge deal. And then finally on my list, this short list, I should say, let's have Raid Finder open sooner. So today, as of this recording, Raid Finder Raid Finder Wing 2 has opened up. Just open up the rest. I don't think it's a huge deal, at least, because in a couple weeks, before the Raid Finder is even fully opened, I believe we're going to finish the Covenant campaign. So it's not going to be a perfect alignment anyway. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but why not? Just let solo folk and more casual folk, let them see more of the game, so they can either move on to other things, or they can just enjoy the farm and not get the bow. if I'm recalling the bow drop sources correctly, and that's kind of it right now. It's just a short list that I have of things that Blizzard can do that doesn't involve too much work, that doesn't have to involve like a whole lot of creative work into it, while everything is going on. Like I said, I feel really uncomfortable framing it like that, and I hope it doesn't come off the wrong way, but it might. And if so, I apologize, because it's more about them. It's more about Blizzard and fixing their stuff in-house than to please us. And I think for now, that's all I got to say about it. I want to hear your thoughts and suggestions, or your doom speak. That's totally fine. And otherwise, I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until next time, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.